next up we have Jack Miles. Jack is a research manager at Northstar, working on qualitative and quantitative studies ranging from tracking consumer behaviour to researching international brand potential. Today he's arguing for a full-scale revolution in the research industry. Unless you think he's not serious revolutionary, he's included a picture of Che Guevara in his slide deck. So, over to you then, Jack.
Thank you very much, Brian. So, as market researchers, we unknowingly have something in common with this man here. No, Che Guevara was not an undercover market researcher. He did not use insight to help brand growth and business expansion. What we have in common is that we are both involved in struggles. It's not that market researchers are trying to overthrow the government, yet, but we are facing a struggle in that we have some negative perceptions of us, placed on us by research naysayers in large client organisations. These negative perceptions come in 4 different guises. 1, that the reports and presentations we produce are too big and hard on the eyes. Secondly, that the information contained within them is complex and too hard to understand. Thirdly, that the way we debrief our research isn't compelling or inspiring enough. And as a result of this, some marketers are starting to doubt the value that we add. So what I want to suggest over the next few slides is how we can try and kill these negative perceptions, and by doing this, add more value and be more impactful. And the way we're going to do this is by being more visual and more graphical in everything that we do. The first step to doing this is thinking up new ways how to slice up the budget pie. Too often in research projects, we are told we need to focus on more markets, more sample, when actually we probably need to think more about output quality versus information quantity. Think, for example, if we had more budget to spend on our output, the kind of things we could use. Things like infographics, video highlight reels, for example, which are much more digestible to understand than 100 PowerPoint slides. We also need to consider what marketers, our clients, will understand and look at for longer. A 2-hour death by slides or a 30-minute mockumentary video. Let's end the PowerPoint dictatorship. For too long, we've been forced to present our findings in this format, and in many cases, we have to do so in bland, corporate templates provided to us by client organisations. Fortunately, there are other presentation formats out there, like Prezi and InDesign, which allow us to flex our creative muscles more freely. If adverts were the art of the 20th century, why don't we try and make research debriefs the artwork of the 21st century and get our work heard in the corners of all the businesses in which we operate? It's not just what we offer which we need to consider, but it's what we're seen as and what we want to call ourselves. Undeniably, the word research has some really positive connotations, things like academic brilliance, analytic robustness, and generating new ideas. However, in the digital culture we now live in, where graphics play such a large part, we need a name which espouses notions of artistic creativity and graphical brilliance. We need to move away from being researchers to being visual storytellers. A researcher will be known as the guardian of data, but a visual storyteller will be remembered for delivering a powerful analytic narrative. We also need to restock our arsenal to something which represents a melee of artistic missiles. For a long time now, we've been kitted up with data and insight, but we now need to add artistic creativity into our toolbox. Yes, we are undeniably going to always need excellent moderators and ingenious statisticians. But let's think about adding new colleagues into the visual storytelling mix, people like graphic designers and artistically minded analysts. In order to make this work, we need to sell these ideas into our clients, and how can we do this? Firstly, we need to really communicate to our clients that by being more visual and more graphical, we'll be able to extend the reach of the work we do together. Secondly, we need to tell our clients that by being easy to understand, we'll become more important to marketers and they'll consider us more when assigning their budget. And thirdly, and probably most importantly to clients, we need to tell them the value of having good graphical work for them as being a tool to market their insight department. However, we must also remind our clients that information is still at the core of what we do. And as David McCandless rightfully says, information is beautiful. It's just not up until now we haven't been delivering on this mantra. So, in closing, we need to think visual, think impactful, and think about revolutionising what we know. And just to close, I want to paraphrase this man here, Karl Marx. Thank you very much.